Have you ever walked into a modern art gallery and never thought that you're looking at a ghost? We are watching a slow and agonizing death of 5 art movements. And the question is not if they're going to die, it's which one is going to hit the graveyard first. Hey y'all, it's Ashley. This is Abstractly Ashley. And if this is your very first time visiting this channel, welcome to the amazing Abstractly family. So today, we are actually going to be talking about something a little controversial. We're looking at 5 art movements that were once titans. They shattered glass ceilings. We need to know what is fading so we don't repeat the same brilliant mistake without the brilliance. So let's break the silence. So who goes first? I guess we're just going to have to find out, aren't we? First off, let's talk about Young British Artists, or YBA for short. Think Damien Hirst. Think Tracy Emin. This movement was built on one thing: shock. Preserved sharks, unmade beds, daring you to be offended. In the age of the internet, are we actually shockable anymore? I mean, let's be honest, you've seen crazier things scrolling on the internet before you even had your first cup of morning coffee. The YBAs relied on culture that was easily rattled. That narrative is just old news now. You can't build a career solely on provocation because the audience has seen it all. It's the echo chamber of isolation and reverse shouting to be heard, but everyone has their noise-canceling headphones. If your art relies solely on the grasp, it has no legs left to stand on. Next on the chopping block, photorealism. Photorealism gained traction in the 1970s, aimed to replicate photographs with extreme precision. While technically impressive, the movement has waned into digital tools and AI-generated imagery, dominant realistic representation, reducing the demand for traditional photorealistic painting. Now, I get it. The technical skill required in making a painting look like a photo is incredible. It takes discipline. But, and this is important, we have to talk about the AI elephant in the room. When cameras were invented, painters panicked. Now with AI, if your only goal is to replicate reality perfectly, you're basically fighting a losing battle against a machine that can do it in a matter of seconds. You are not a printer, you are a human being with a soul. Photorealism risks becoming a technical exercise rather than an emotional connection. We need people that lift us up with that feeling, not just perfect rendering. If the work doesn't have your unique fingerprint with your brilliant mistake, it's just data. And data doesn't keep the fuel tank full. Then we have minimalism. Less is more, right? Well, sometimes less is just less. Minimalism started out as radical rebellion against clutter, but today, it's become the aesthetic of renovation. The corporate lobbies, its expensive coffee shops. It feels cold. It feels like the definition of that echo chamber of isolation that we talked about in my previous series, Becoming Abstract. Minimalism emerged in the 1960s and 70s, emphasizing on simplicity, geometric forms, and pared-down color schemes. Artists like Donald Judd and Agnes Martin focus on art as objects rather than representations. While influential, minimalism has largely been superseded by more expressive and experimental contemporary styles, making it less prominent in today's art scene. We are craving mess. We are craving humanity. We want texture and layers and noise because we have been isolated behind screens for too long. Minimalism feels sterile in a world that is desperate for connection. It's beautiful, sure, but does it bleed? And finally, conceptual art with flowcharts and land art. This is the stuff that the idea is more important than the object, or the artist made of dirt in the desert that washes away. Conceptual art prioritizes ideas over materials, with works like Sol LeWitt's wall drawings and Joseph Cosset's 1 and 3 chairs, for example. Although it shaped contemporary art thinking, its strict focus and concept over execution has led to the decline of mainstream popularity as newer movements integrate both concept and visual innovation. Flowcharts, experimental movement from the 1960s emphasizing performance, intermediate and anti-commercialism. Its radical nature made it influential historically, but its practices are less visible today, with contemporary performance art evolving in new directions. land art, or earthworks, involving creating large-scale outdoor installations using natural materials. Popular in the 1970s with artists like Robert Smithson, it has declined due to the logistical challenges, environmental concerns, and the rise of digital and installation art that can reach a wider audience more easily. I actually love the spirit of this. It's bold. Let's be real. It's incredibly hard to sustain a life on it. If the work is so intellectual that it pushes people away, it fails at the one thing that we need most right now: connection.
So who dies first? My bet, I think it's gonna be the YBAs, and here's why. Shock value is a non-renewable source. But photorealism, in my opinion, is a very close second, only because simply technology is outpacing like human hands. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe so you never miss a single masterpiece of moi. Also, drop a comment down below and tell me, in your opinion, which art movement do you think is dead in the water? Let's start a conversation right here. And as always, my abstractlings, be bold, be abstract, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.